A recent legal dispute involving Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has garnered significant attention in entertainment news. Lively has filed a legal complaint alleging sexual harassment and other workplace issues that allegedly occurred during the production of the film It Ends With Us. These issues have been covered by a range of publications, including Time Magazine, The New York Times, and the Associated Press. While no final judgment has been made, the available documentation provides a clear timeline of allegations and responses. This script summarizes the publicly reported information regarding the film's background, the core legal claims, and the reactions of people and entities connected to both Lively and Baldoni. It Ends With Us is a novel authored by Colleen Hoover. It explores a romantic relationship that escalates into a story centered on domestic violence. Following its popularity, the novel was adapted into a feature film, with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni cast in leading roles. Public announcements indicated that Baldoni was also involved in producing or co-directing the project, placing him in multiple key positions during filming.
We do have It Starts With Us, so I'm hoping to see you back in the double duty role.
I think there are better people for that one.
Justin.
I think Blake Lively's ready to direct. That's what I think.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Justin said he doesn't know if he'd be game to direct the next one, but perhaps Blake would. Is that something that you would entertain? Oh, absolutely.
Early on, fans of the original novel expressed mixed reactions to the casting news, with some believing the chosen actors did not match their expectations of the characters' appearances or ages. Nonetheless, the production moved forward. When filming was underway and interviews began promoting the adaptation, there was online debate about how the movie's themes should be addressed in public discussions. Reports indicate that Lively emphasized the strength of her character and the importance of resilience, while some audience members criticized these remarks, suggesting that more focus should have been placed on the gravity of the domestic violence depicted in the story. The film reached completion and reportedly achieved a measure of box office success. Shortly afterward, rumors surfaced regarding on-set conflicts between Lively and Baldoni, but no formal documents or statements confirmed what might have taken place until the legal complaint emerged, according to details presented by Time Magazine and other outlets. Blake Lively filed an official complaint with the California Civil Rights Department. This action precedes potential litigation. The legal filing alleges that Justin Baldoni engaged in inappropriate on-set behavior, including sexual harassment. The complaint also mentions a producer associated with Baldoni, describing instances in which private or explicit content was shown to Lively or her team in a workplace context. Additionally, documents quote language that Lively and her husband reportedly used in meetings to address what they perceived as a hostile environment. Part of the complaint is a series of requests aimed at establishing clearer professional boundaries.
Justin Baldoni is speaking out following Blake Lively's allegations of sexual harassment on It Ends With Us. After the Gossip Girl alum accused Justin of sexual harassment, alleging he created a hostile work environment on the set of the film and later took part in a campaign against her, according to a legal complaint obtained by E! News on December 21st.
One portion references the need to avoid discussions about personal habits or past addictions in front of cast and crew. Another highlights that all intimate scenes involving Lively and Baldoni should follow a strict choreography to ensure no unplanned physical contact would occur. The complaint states that Lively insisted on an intimacy coordinator's presence and requested that the film's production team abide by guidelines preventing personal sexual details or references from entering workplace interactions. Allegations also include references to text messages that reportedly show Baldoni and others discussing social media strategies to influence the public's perception of events. These claims have yet to be addressed in court, and no final verdict has been rendered. Justin Baldoni has been publicly recognized for his discussions on modern masculinity. He delivered a TED Talk where he spoke about the concept of toxic masculinity, encouraging men to be more open, emotionally expressive, and considerate toward women. In various interviews, he has described what he considers the core principles of respectful behavior and has advocated for honest introspection about male roles in relationships and society. Baldoni also hosted or co-hosted a podcast entitled Man Enough,
The actor's attorney, Brian Friedman, is now releasing a statement about these, quote, outrageous claims. As Friedman tells the New York Times, it is shameful that Ms. Lively and her representatives would make such serious and categorically false accusations against Mr. Baldoni, Wayfarer Studios, and its representatives.
Which features conversations about how men can better understand themes of vulnerability and responsibility. Public coverage of Baldoni's advocacy often cites this as a central part of his image and career. He has suggested that open communication and accountability are necessary steps for men seeking to address biases and improve their interactions with women. The recent allegations in Lively's complaint, however, position these statements in contrast with the experiences Lively alleges she had on set. According to reported legal documents, the producer named in the complaint is also involved in Baldoni's media projects. Neither Baldoni nor his associates have publicly confirmed or denied all aspects of the complaint in detail, and the case remains active. Within Lively's filing, there are references to an alleged smear campaign. Portions of the complaint describe text messages and communications among Baldoni, his publicist, and a crisis management professional. These communications purportedly discuss strategies for steering the narrative around Lively. Multiple news sources have run articles featuring reported screenshots in which Baldoni or his team allegedly reference a need to confuse online discussions and encourage social media posts critical of Lively's public image. In some excerpts, people in the conversation allegedly celebrate how public sentiment might be shifting to favor Baldoni, while simultaneously noting that negative stories about Lively have gained traction. There is also mention of specific social media platforms, including Reddit, TikTok, and Instagram as key places to spread particular viewpoints. It is not yet known whether these text messages will be upheld as legitimate evidence in a trial, since all such information is subject to verification through legal proceedings. Nevertheless, these items are widely cited in reports covering the controversy. After the complaint was filed and disclosed by various media outlets, several industry figures and observers responded. Colleen Hoover, the author of It Ends With Us, issued a short statement expressing support for Lively, noting positive personal interactions and praising the actress for her kindness. Additionally, multiple entertainment news outlets reported that Baldoni's talent agency, WME, ended its relationship with him, though official statements did not always confirm the reasons for this separation. Some individuals who had worked with Lively on previous projects reportedly posted messages online voicing encouragement.
I've been doing this for, 20 years now. And it's one of those films that you really feel how special it is. That speaks to Colleen's work. Like with the source material that we had a book that there was a story and emotional journey that resonated with so many people. So it was our responsibility not to screw it up. Yeah, it was just such a beautiful experience, and I couldn't be more proud of it. I'm just really excited for people to see it.
At the same time, public discourse on social media remains divided. Some maintain a stance of waiting for more facts to come to light, while others have expressed strong views either in support of Lively or in defense of Baldoni. These discussions reflect an active process, as more documents and testimonies may emerge if the complaint proceeds to a formal lawsuit. In some social media circles, commenters have pointed out the principle of innocent until proven guilty in legal disputes. Others have remarked on the contrast between Baldoni's reputation as an advocate for respectful masculinity and the nature of the claims put forward in the legal filing. The It Ends With Us situation aligns with broader conversations in the entertainment industry about workplace conditions, power dynamics, and the evolving role of intimacy coordination. Lively's request for an intimacy coordinator highlights a practice that has become more common in film and television, addressing concerns about actors' comfort levels and setting standards for choreographing intimate or violent scenes. Meanwhile, the alleged discussions of an orchestrated social media approach reveal an often debated aspect of modern celebrity culture: the possibility of shaping online narratives through coordinated digital campaigns. Legally, the case underscores how California's civil rights and employment regulations handle allegations of sexual harassment and hostile work environments. The complaint's references to text messages and alleged conspiracies point to a developing legal process that could involve discovery, depositions, and possibly a public trial or an out-of-court settlement. Court schedules and potential confidentiality agreements may further shape the public's access to new information. Observers in the entertainment community and beyond are watching to see how the parties present their evidence and whether either side attempts settlement. Public statements from representatives of both Lively and Baldoni remain limited, with the details of any court-bound or mediated resolution unknown. Experts have indicated that the length of time such litigation might take can vary significantly.
Statement continues, these claims are completely false, outrageous, and intentionally salacious with an intent to public hurt and rehash a narrative in the media. Friedman says that Wayfarer Studios, quote, made the decision to proactively hire a crisis manager prior to the marketing campaign of the film due to alleged, quote, multiple demands and threats by Miss Lively, which included her threatening to not show up to set.
Especially given the involvement of well-known figures and the potential for a complex fact-finding process. The legal dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has introduced a series of detailed allegations pertaining to on-set behavior, concerns about professional boundaries, and discussions about image control in the digital age. At this stage, these matters have not been decided upon in any court of law, and the information presented here stems from publicly available documents and media reporting. As attention on the case continues, observers note that more details could come to light through public statements or legal discovery. Lively's complaint specifically addresses alleged instances of sexual harassment, while claiming that Baldoni and others mounted a social media campaign to undermine her reputation. Baldoni's prior public advocacy on topics of healthy masculinity has been widely noted in news analyses, which often highlight the potential contrast between his statements and the contents of the complaint. Meanwhile, Colleen Hoover, who wrote the source material for the film, has expressed support for Lively, and some talent agencies have reportedly distanced themselves from Baldoni. Ultimately, this controversy reflects a larger conversation about respect in workplace settings, the use of public relations strategies, and the relevance of intimacy coordinators in film production. The final resolution of these allegations remains undetermined, pending further legal proceedings. Viewers interested in the latest information may consult reputable news outlets or review official court filings to follow developments as they unfold.